Very like, I was into like getting like excited for learning or whatever, and like these girls just like weren't feeling it, and they were just like, you're coming in our environment and you're changing the flow in our environment. That's not cool. And so like rumors were spread around when it came to like standardized testing. And it was the first time I ever cried in public. And like these girls surrounded me and they're like, Nikki, don't lie. We know you're from Mississippi. They probably all lie down there. I'm like, no, I'm not lying. Like I didn't spread a rumor about you. And it was just like a really bad experience. And I think because of that, and I experienced it at such a young age, that I never ever became a bully. And I made sure, and I promised myself that. Because like the thing that bothered me most about that was that, and bothered my mom too, was that these girls didn't get any sort of punishment or repercussion from it, or there wasn't even sort of like some sort of session where we can mediate it between the girls. They just let it go. It's like, at least for me, like I feel like there's a sisterhood with girls. Like you have to be able to empower one another. This is like something we touched upon last week on our show, is that girl on girl abuse is like one of the worst types of abuse, and I think the worst types of bullying that girls in high school and middle school face is that you feel like you should be comfortable with other girls and you should empower others, rather you're getting backstabbed. So
I was a chubby kid and I was always eating. So the share table was my best friend. I loved it. I used to love eating. The share table. Okay. So in elementary, when the kids didn't want to eat, they would put this food on the share table. Yeah, I remember. And I would eat. So this one chick, I don't know why she didn't like me. She was like in 4th grade. And mind you, I was always eating, like I said. She just picked on me. Like she would come to me during lunch and just, hey, what are you eating? Take my food. And, you know, I would be devastated because that was the best thing I had to me during lunch. As good as that sounds.
That's the kind of bully I was. I would mess with you too.
I remember that. And I would go to my mom, like, Mom, I didn't do nothing to her. And I'm like, flustered, I'm all mad and riled up. And I don't like fighting. I like fighting. I never fought that time. I didn't want to hurt her. But it came to a point where she spit in my food. She came to me verbally and, you know, put me down verbally. And I just got fed up with it. I talked to the teacher. I said, look, Miss Ford, I don't want to fight. I don't know what to do. She's like, do what you have to do. If that includes fighting and standing for your right. And mind you, I came from like a neighborhood school where kids, they're tough. They will, we were in elementary, we were tough. And that's what I had to do. I just had to blank out and
go for it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And never.
I was
Crazy story,
thinking.
you know. Since we're here, I mean, you gotta bring it full circle. Who won?
I was like a little bubble child. Like, yeah. So we got into a little courtyard. Yeah. They let us fight. All the 4th graders were holding me back because they knew like I was mad. I was like the big girl on fire, mad. Like,
what?
I still see her in the neighborhood.
Oh, you don't want her to get and say, oh, I beat her butt in 4th grade.
But I did that. Ever since that, she stopped messing with me.
That's what really happened.
So as long as I accomplished that,
I'm not saying that's.